I don't know how long this camera angle is gonna stay. I just been fighting with it for like the last 15 minutes between two different webcams, but hopefully this stays put for the time period that I'm gonna be coloring in here. Um Hope everybody's having a good day. I spent some time outside. It's really nice out today. I spent some time outside trying to transplant some change pots of some of my plants from the sunroom and from the dining room, and yeah, it was something else. My aloe, like the traditional kind of aloe, has gotten so huge. It was yesterday. I was just going to water my plants in the sunroom, and I didn't realize how heavy that was, and it tipped over and some of the dirt came out, but it was like it wouldn't, like I had to lean it, turn it a different direction, leaning on another plant for it to stay up, and I was like, "Oh brother, I really have to transplant this." And it's like it really looks like it's like I don't have a pot big enough to put it in. I cannot believe how huge it has gotten just in the last few months. Um, and I had like three babies in there. And I was like, oh, brother, now what am I going to do? So I did like a quick fix this morning. I drove to Lowe's early this morning and got some terracotta pots just for my. Hopefully, I was hoping to be able to transplant the biggest aloe into one of them, but it's not going to stand up in it. It's just too heavy and too something. I'll have to take a picture of it because it's just gotten so huge. I got to learn how to harvest from it because it's insane how big it's gotten. Um, but anyway, so I did transplant it. I don't think they really like plastic pots, but I have it. That's the biggest pot, the best pot I could find for it, where I could get it to stand up and stay up, and be like, have enough bottom to it and all that. I don't know. So I hope it likes that pot. If not, I have to find out how to harvest the aloe from it and just take some off of it and then put it in another pot. I don't know. Is I got too many plants in my house. And I got to give some away or something. No, no. Even if I like set up a stand out front and like sell them for like, $1.25 a piece or something like that. I don't know. Something. I got to do something cuz I don't have enough room in my house for all these plants. Um I mean, there are places where I could put him, but I really don't want plants in every single room. I think that's a little insane. Um. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Hey, Lori. Hey, Amy. Happy Saturday. So I wanted to come live to color a little bit before I practice some piano, and I gotta do some other things too. Um. And Yeah, so I'm just thinking about all the work I did with all of those aloes, and my head is like still there. It's like, oh brother, not even done yet because I had to take. I wound up putting in the aloe in the pot where I had one of my schiffereras in, one of the ones I got from the big tall 10-foot one, and I had intended to give it away, but then actually the person I was going to give it away to passed away, so I couldn't give it to them anymore. And so I'm just asking around for people to give this to, because like, and then my husband told me that somebody who is an aide to a friend of ours, um was heard about this plant. My husband didn't know the name of it, but she was telling her about how tall it got and everything. And she was interested in it. So I'm going to give the schifferera, the one schifferera stalk that I have, that's like it's blooming. I mean, it's healthy and everything. I'm going to give that to her. So, but I don't have a pot now, so I got to try and wrap it up. My husband says he's not going to see her. She's not going to be there until like next week or something like that. So now I got to keep it in good shape somehow. Um, until he's going to see her again to give it to her. Um, yeah, I have so much, and then that big schifferera. Still, I got to figure out what I'm doing with that, like, because it needs to actually be taken out of the pot. and I think I have to trim the roots. But it's like, I mean, the pot itself is like, I don't know, it's huge. It's like one of those plants like you never move because it's huge. It's like moving a piece of furniture, just by the weight and size of the pot, and it have it on a rolly thing, but that rolly thing is not going to roll right. That thing is so huge. Yeah, I gotta figure some things out. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what happened because I couldn't garden outside, and I guess I just like, I don't know. I started taking care of indoor plants, and they just kind of exploded. I don't know. And I forget about watering them and stuff sometimes too, and they don't care. They like that sunroom so much that they don't even care. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Maybe I'll take a picture of the plants again so you can see like what's been going on with them. One of them, um, one of those non-traditional aloes. It's more like decorative with the dark green leaves. It was, I had to do something because it was kind of like dying off because it was so crowded with, I mean, the in root bound beyond what it can handle, and so I had to do something with it. I had to separate it and stuff. So that was one reason I went to get the terracotta pots today, is because like, okay, the least, the minimal that I can do, because I got other things I need to be doing right now, but at least what I can do is split that up and put it in one or more different clay pots. And like, where do I put those pots? I don't know. They're just going to get added to what's in the sunroom, I guess. I'm going to try and give some away though. Um, but yeah, so that's what I wanted to do besides transplanting that huge one, which like I'm still, that thing is so freaking heavy and huge. I'm just like it, I mean, and then I tried to like, I'm trying to water it in the kitchen sink. I'm knocking everything over on the counters and everything. I had to have my husband open the curtains that go into towards the room where the sunroom is and stuff. I have like long doorway curtains that go to that. And because it's a weird kind of doorway, so you can't really put a door. And yeah, that thing is crazy. I call it a monster now because it's just like, it's insane. I've always killed aloes before, but not now. Not now. Anyway, that's my plant trauma story. I feel a little traumatized by all of that going on. But I got it done, pretty much. Not entirely. I still have one plant I need to put some dirt in from the one I split up, and then I need to water it. But I could only water so many at one time. So we don't have the hose out yet. So I mean, if the hoses were out, I probably would have watered it outside and brought it in. But we don't have them out yet because it's still potential for freezes and things like that. So hey, Jill, thank you. Yeah, you thought it was lips. We can make it lips. So this is from Johanna Basford's Magical Jungle. And the other night I decided to just play around. It might have been yesterday, actually. I says, let's just do something different. It doesn't matter what you do to it. Like just do something different. And so I used my Marabou art crayons, which look a lot like the King Art gel sticks, but these are not water soluble. Although they do have some now that I guess are water soluble. But I use these guys. And I decided also to use a color that I haven't really used from here. And I use this, which like looks purple, but it's pink, very pink, Pepto Bismol pink even. I was like, okay, well, we gotta live with that one. Um, let's see what we can do with it. And so I thought, well, I don't think I want this whole thing to be that color pink. So I also then I went over it with did I start with the yellow first and then the orange? I don't remember. The orange. I think I did the orange first. And I said, well, that's really weird, but we're just going to see what happens with this. So I did the orange in the middle. I got a blister on my finger from doing all that yesterday. Can you see that? Yeah, blister. I can't show it right. Oh, I got a blister right there. Um, because of where it was, I couldn't find anything. I had to use my fingers to blend it in. There was nothing that was going to get it in there like I needed it to be. Um, so then I did orange in the middle, and you know me, I just, I know I could have tried for the first time to use the frisket and all that other kind of stuff, but I'm just trying to color to relax, and I don't like doing tiny little things like that. Wasn't in the mood for it. Rarely am in the mood for it. That's new to me anyway. So then let's add that to it. And it's like, no, we're not going there. And so I just said, well, if it goes over and everything, it goes over. We're just not going to sweat any of that. We're just going to try and get everything covered. And so then I went over with the yellow, and I noticed when I did the yellow over the pink part, it turned orange. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Well, let's just keep going with that and let it do that. Then everything is covered up. And then I let it also go over. I wasn't about that life of trying to avoid all these little things. I said, color over it. Just color over it. We'll find out what happens after I do that. We'll see what happens. Um, and so after I did that, I used my favorite Prismacolor. What's my favorite Prismacolor lately for sure? The Cobalt Turquoise. Because I'm thinking yellow. Okay, if I use something that has blue in it, it's going to turn out green. I wasn't sure if I use something green, it might be too green, like, annoying green. So I used the cobalt turquoise. And I was liking what that was doing, how it was looking. So I said, well, let's do it. And I'm actually going to do another one. Didn't I find one that wasn't done up here somewhere? I saw it when I wasn't looking for it. Oh, I got flowers left to do. Although I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them all. Oh, here's one. Okay, so I started doing this and I just really was getting into doing this. And so I just kept doing it because it felt good. Um, so in all of these is a combination of the cobalt turquoise and white. And I thought, okay, I like that. That's coming. I like how that looks. Um, and where's the one I was? Oh, there it is. Because I really felt like I wanted to play. Well, first of all, because I don't want to go through the thing of trying to protect the illustrations from the background color. I ain't got time for that. So I was thinking if I could find a way to color where I don't have to worry about doing that, that would solve my problem with a lot of pages that I always have. Because I'm not a big one for coloring backgrounds. I find it annoying, kind of, because of trying to avoid the main illustration. Coloring the backgrounds, it just really annoys me. Then the other thing about backgrounds is like, if I do it first, I don't know what color I want the whole thing to be in the first place. So I never know how to color a background before coloring the illustrations. Very rarely do I have any kind of inspiration for how to do that. So I needed to find a different way to approach that. Okay, so I went over, I did the cobalt turquoise, and I'm going to use my Prisma white to kind of blend it in a little bit. And probably somebody already does this, one of those fantastic colorists who really like know what they're doing. But I thought this is a really kind of, I don't know. I guess I feel like my eyes are open for a way to do this. And I specifically used my Prismacolors because the Marabou art crayons are really, really, really greasy and waxy. I like that about them. But then a lot of times when you have something that's really greasy and waxy, you can't use colored pencil over it. So I said, now that I know more about colored pencils, I'm like, well, let's use a greasy, waxy pencil or a pencil we know that can handle it And so I went for the Prismas. It's like, okay, we're using Prisma pencils. I did use a little bit of one Color Premiere that I have out. And yeah, so I've kind of been using that on the flowers. I wasn't sure, like, with coloring the flowers, I was like, oh no, it's like, I don't know, because these all had the yellow. I'm like, if I put anything on there, it's going to turn some strange color. Um, and I mean, they kind of went kind of orange, but then I got when I used just a regular pink, but then I got out the fluorescent pink, and that seems to hold more of the pink on top of the um yellow, I think. I don't know, unless my eyes are just blending in. So I'm just playing to see what will happen. Worst case scenario, I was no use an acrylic marker and go over them and make them, something else. That's my fail safe. But I want to see what happens with color over these things. And then I just added this, what is this? China blue, to see what, if I could get it to go a little more purple, because I don't want it to go brown on top of the like the orange, because of the yellow that's in there. So I'm kind of trying to just gradually change the color, but use it for the image, so that, like, I'm kind of bringing out some things about the little flowers. Uh, so I'm just playing around. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's kind of feeling good what I'm doing. I know I'm learning something. Can't tell you exactly what, but it surrounds me being able to deal with these huge backgrounds that are in so many of these pages that make me run from them. I don't want to run no more. I don't want to run no more. So, just try to get all of them that look alike and color them in, because I may not remember how I did that if I come back to this later. And my husband's eyes are doing well. Child, he's just driving, driving, driving. I'm telling you, he can't sit still. He cannot sit still. But he can see really good through the eye they worked on. He's like, no glasses. It's like, first time in a few decades. So I'm really happy for him for that. So they put the lens for his astigmatism in, I don't know, that's all in the lens that they replaced his cataract with. And yeah, so he's really excited to get the other one done. And I told him, yeah, it's kind of like, well, what it was like for me was like everything was kind of yellowish. And I didn't even realize it until I got the new lens. And it's like, oh my gosh, colors are so brighter, so much brighter. It's like a whole new world. Made me want to start singing that song. I think I might have in the doctor's office too, and he was cracking up. Every time, my eye doctor is wonderful. It's almost like a visit. He's like always like tries to make sure that he's the one that sees me instead of somebody else in the practice, because we just be jabbing, laughing. See, that looks almost kind of greenish. But that's okay. We're gonna work with it and we'll see what happens. We're trying to figure some things out and play at the same time, just experimenting. Something to reflect on. Yep, exactly. That song. So my one thing is like I really wish they would pass a law about LED lights, headlights, because they really mess me up. I don't know. I have well, cause like I have some other like things going on with my eyes because of the glaucoma, and yeah, those lights are not good for people that have glaucoma at all. I don't know. Maybe they'll come up with something, some procedure in the next few years that can solve that part, that issue that I'm having. In the meantime, it would be nice if they would make those lights illegal, but there's so many on the road. It's like, you know, trying to rectify something like that. It takes years, and like all it takes is for one vehicle to have them lights, to have me like totally be see nothing but like white. The reflection in my eye, in my whatever you call it, I see nothing but white. And so I don't see anything. It's like I'm looking at nothing but white. The glare takes up my entire eye lens, and so in the meantime I'm on the road driving. So like if I can only see white and I can't see anything but that, then I'll have a crash. And I might take some people out, including myself, with it. So it's kind of like, so I don't drive at night anymore, and I hate that because a lot of things I want to do happen at night, and some of those things are not anything my husband's really interested in, so I don't want to be dragging him along. Take him to a poetry reading, and he'll be sitting there snoring. Uh-uh. Can't have that. So yeah, yeah, that really. I mean, that really like messes things up in a lot of ways. But definitely I exams are so important. I think how did I find out? I only found out that I had glaucoma because I needed new glasses. Um and yeah, that's how I found out. And the funny thing, the symptoms, I only know now that they're symptoms because after that diagnosis, but you lose sight without realizing you're losing sight because your brain keeps kind of, trying to adjust to the change. I kept wondering around like this one particular turn um, that I have to make regularly in traveling. This one particular turn, off of this perpendicular. There's like perpendicular road, and so I'm coming this way, and then I got to turn right, and there's like like I said, I live in the country. There's like sometimes after winter time because of dumping salt and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it'll be like a crater right in the shoulder because of salt and stuff dumping down there. And I always know to avoid that. And for some reason that year I kept hitting it and like kind of almost falling into it and stuff. And I'm like, why is it happening? Why can't I avoid that thing that kept happening? But I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, I don't know, maybe the crater's bigger or who knows what. No, it was because I had lost some peripheral vision and didn't realize it. It was little things like that and you don't really think that much of it. It's like whatever. Maybe I'm just driving stupid today or something. And people with dark eyes tend to have that. While they said people with lighter eyes have a more of a tendency to have macular degeneration, and both are something that need to, you need to. They only find it if you know, get eye exams. So get your eye exams. It's important. Glad they caught it because if they hadn't, I could have actually gone blind. Like, what's his name? Jimmy, what's his name? Who was on Dynamite, Mr. Dynamite from from oh my gosh, what's wrong with my brain? That TV show. Chow. I know I got too much in my head, too much in my brain. Anyway, he went blind because of glaucoma. And the thing is, they caught his, but he wasn't taking his eye drops. So I have to take eye drops, a set of eye drops in the morning and the evening every day. And they keep it under control so you don't lose any more vision. It's like everything I do, just about, I need my eyes. It's like I ain't losing that. I'm taking them drops. Excuse me. Okay, something else I thought about using on this, or is fingernail polish. Because I'm thinking, well, we ain't polishing our nails anymore. Although I could still polish my nails with keeping them short, but I don't know. That's not me. I don't think. I don't know. I might. Um, but I could use nail polish on here. I'm thinking that's a possibility. Yeah, Jimmy Walker. Thank you. It's just like I keep doing that this lately. It's like things. It's like I don't know what's his name. This that I don't know things like in the. And there's just too much in my head. Too much in my head. One thing that I like about doing this is like seeing how the color changes on the page and what colors do what. I feel like if I can get a handle on that, um, that could kind of revolutionize my coloring and my dealing with backgrounds. Um, it could possibly speed up my coloring too, I think, in some ways. 'Cause I could cover wider spaces faster or something. Oh. I think with me, I get so intimidated by Johanna Basford pages. I really do. The blank space like really like flips me out. It's like no, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know. My husband's wanting to do a whole lot of stuff in the. all, well, I mean, I understand it. It's like it gets warm and it's like you want to work in the yard, you want to work in the garden and stuff, and it's like I'm just not ready because of work. I'm focusing on that. He's like, well, what are you gonna want to plant and this and that? It's like, I don't know. He's like, well, are you gonna want tomatoes? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of wish you would just do something. You just do it. It's the only thing I know I want, and are those butter beans. I want butter beans. And see, I posted a video to my wall today that was talking about bell pepper plants. And you know what? Like I would be overwintering all my vegetable plants if I could. I don't have the room for it. But I wish like I mean I could take up the whole sunroom. I did overwinter some hot pepper plant like chili pepper plants, and they had like really small chili peppers. I still have dried peppers from those chili pepper plants that I finally like, let them go. But yeah, I still have chilies from that. And let me tell you, I mean, I've had them for years and they're still good. I take pieces of them and put them in things. A little bit goes a way long way. Um, yeah, I don't know what kind of chilies those were, but they really have been useful. I put them like when I make golden milk, I'll put them in that. Um, of course, if I make chili or anything like that, anything I want some heat, yep, put half of one or a quarter of one or sometimes a whole one, depending on what kind of a mood I'm in and how big the pot is. But yeah, um I would love to do that. Over winter a whole bunch of vegetable plants in the sunroom. Have to have it be kind of decorative too at the same time, but I would love that. And then we need to expand the sunroom, which would have no objections to, is logistically. Not saying we got the money for all that though. I would love that though. So yeah, think about what we're planting. And I also kind of want to plant to share this year because I think I was thinking about, well, it would be nice to have butternut squash, but I think my neighbor down the road does butternut squash and she gives some to us. So I'm thinking of like, okay, so what can I do to share with her? She's the one that used to take so much good care of our dog. She just used to, I don't know, she would hang out down there. The dog would hang out down there because, it was like another home. And that neighbor would give her like things like like whole big things, hunks of, I don't know, beef bone or something. I don't know what the heck she was giving her, but the dog loved it, of course. My little wild thing. And is always appreciative of how my neighbor did that. Just took good care of her, but that dog took good care of everybody else too. So it's not hard to love her. It was not hard to love her. She spoiled me. That dog spoiled me. See how white this will go on here. Does it matter? I don't know. I feel like it does a little bit. I don't know if that's going to wear off or not. I was thinking since it's nice out today that maybe I should try spraying this with fixative. Um, I'm going to see if, because I like the other side and I want to color the other side, and I don't want this rubbing off on the other side. I don't know. if that's gonna work or not. So I gotta figure out where I'm going with these other leaves. What am I gonna do with them? I suppose we should throw that out, but should probably dump this now. But I always wait until the last possible minute to do that, and then like sometimes I dump it on my desk before I get that done, which is what I get for not doing it when I should. Oh, there's another. They look like what are they called? Bellflowers. So I'm thinking I almost thought I was going to do that this weekend. Maybe I still will. Of spring sowing my those butter beans. And just put them in because I have a couple big like large Mott's apple juice jugs. Um, that I'm just poke. And the thing is, like, I gotta get my soldering iron out and all that stuff, and it's like, I could do it though. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just get it all out and put it back. But I haven't used those things in so long. But get my soldering iron out to put some holes in the bottom for drainage, and then just cut the jug in half so that the mouth opens up like Grover or Elmo. Put some dirt in there, and then put the butter beans seeds in there, which is basically just a butter bean, a dried butter bean. So that will keep them while they're out in that, they'll have humidity, they'll have some warmth, um, and I won't have to worry about overwintering, not overwintering, of hardening off the plants because I always kill plants when I harden them off. I don't know. I just can't do it. I'll always be messing up. Put them outside and then forget I have them outside, and then they're out there overnight and then they're dead. It's like I have to do the winter sowing thing because it's like, you know, it's really hard to mess that up. Really hard. I mean, really hard. Like, you'd have to forget to put dirt in the jug to mess it up. But then I just realized this morning, change the subject. I know I'm yapping. Uh, this morning I realized, oh, we took the deck out. My husband took the deck out last, when was it? Fall? Um, and made the deck smaller because we didn't really use it. So it's like kind of like a porch thing, but we didn't really use it. It's in the shade, and so it's not really anywhere you really want to sit. It faces the road. It's like, sit on there and watch tractor trailers go by. Nah, not my idea of a good time. So he made it smaller because like it was also getting really old, and it was like told them, well, we're either going to have to paint this or refinish it and paint it, which then that means we're going to have to do it again and again and again, or we can make it smaller and then and so he went for the make it smaller, and it looks nice, but now we have to do something with all of the ground where the deck was. And so that means and I had plants like clematis. I had three different kinds of clematis um that would like go around the railings of the and the slats of the deck, the front of the deck. um so now we've got like a whole bunch of ground that has nothing behind it. So now we got to redo the bed. But I told him, I said, that's what we really need to do, like now. I said, because I told him, I says, I'm not doing work twice. So I'm not doing anything there in that spot gardening wise until you finish fixing, doing whatever you need to do for the little beautifying excess tips with the actual house, cuz he's got to replace the siding and put some other stuff in there. He did something just for over the winter with it in late fall, but now he's got to finish that. And I don't want him stepping all over the stuff that I planted. I'm like a one and done kind of girl. I ain't going back for no do overs. Nope, I'm not about that life. I got other things to do. So, and I'm thinking, as I look at that, I thought, ooh, what if I use that as a had part of an herb garden there? Because it's right at the side of the front door, which is right near the kitchen. So I could just run outside that way and grab stuff and come inside. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so what else do we want to do here? I don't know what I want to do with the butterfly. I don't know what I want to do with these. I feel like, to do the same thing, that seems kind of boring. I don't know what else to put. Anybody got any suggestions for what to do, like with these other leaves that look different? Because I have no idea. I have no idea. Do I need to put it down and like wait and see or what? I was almost thinking of like using metallic marker and making them gold. But I'm not sure. I am not a good. I am not a good plan your palette kind of person. I'm just like, no, 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 no. I was kind of wondering how this approach would work on a Kirby page. Another illustrator who tends to intimidate me when I think of some of the pages that are like, nah, I ain't coloring that because it's got those little unidentified Kirby objects on them all over the place. This might help with that, possibly, maybe. Hmm. And this doing this actually reminds me of a particular colorist whose name I can't remember, but it was a Johanna Basford page that I know I talked about it in the past when I saw hers. I didn't even realize it was the same page that I had also colored because she had transformed that page. I was like, oh my gosh, is this gorgeous? And I thought, this kind of feels like it's on the way to that, possibly to that kind of, it has the potential for that kind of transformation from how I started it. Can't say I'm going to get there, but, and that was like, I don't know, like 3 years ago maybe that I saw that video. And something maybe is just starting to click with that. So I'm slow. I admit it. I'm slow. But yeah, I think I do want this to be a kind of transformation page like that. My first transformation page. And just letting, I just had a feeling of just letting the color do what it does, you know? Like letting the yellow underneath these leaves, let it do what it does, but playing with it, to kind of manipulate it to get it to do something that I like and let it do what it does. I guess I can kind of tell the difference between where the white is and where it isn't. See, this is where I think it gets to that oil painting thing with me where my favorite thing is to watch the colors make new ones where they meet. I just love that. It's just like kind of like when I had to take a biology class for undergrad and I was like a non-traditional student. And I suck at biology. I suck at the sciences period. But I don't know. We had to do something like I don't know, like finding out what like amylase, like a test or something for amylase or something like that. And we had to mix like these tubes of things together, and then we had to record our findings and whatever. And I did it wrong, but I was like so fascinated by the color of the thing in the tube. I'm like, but look, it turned this color. And he's like, yeah, but that's not the that's not the experiment though. I was like, oh, but look at that color. It's so pretty. It's a good thing that I was with some women that were they were like their goal was to they were older. Um they were older than me, I think. And they I think they were going into nursing or something. So it was a good thing I was with them cuz they they knew more what to do. It was like, here, come with us. We'll show you. It was so funny. But I like the colors. Yeah, because I don't want to rush it. I want to be very thoughtful about what I do with it. Thanks, Amy. And yeah, and I don't want to add just anything just to finish it. I want to really um, think about what I use. And so I really probably need to spray this because so that this will kind of stay where it is. And I'm still like, I'm not sure what, with the yellow being under there, what color is gonna, might, you know, is gonna show up or show right. And one thing about it, the butterfly, I didn't do anything on it, although it has overlap from the orange. Mm. This white pencil is getting a workout. It's getting kind of waxy on the tip. What time is it? Okay, 50 minutes. So when I went to Lowe's today to get those terracotta pots, I don't know. Like I'm telling you, things. Mm. I couldn't find a shopping cart. They didn't have them there like right when you come in. And then I went to the other exit entrance play area and they had like I don't know like four carts there, but they were had them blocked and they were right in front of the area where you check out. And I was like, "What the heck? Why?" So I asked there was happened to be a clerk there, so I asked her, and she's like, "Oh, you need a cart," and so she just pulled the thing aside and got me one of those. So I guess they're not letting just anybody come in and get a cart. I don't know what that says. Have people been stealing from there or what? But and then on top of that, when I went to that spot, they don't have any cashiers anymore. They just have the self checkout. I was like, "What?" I'm like, "I miss my cashiers." I don't know. There was one cashier there that the last dog we had, that was um one of his friends. My husband used to go there with him just so he could hang out with her. I don't know if she's there anymore because they got rid of all the. That was weird. That just was weird. And then with what I was getting, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to check these out myself. I had like, man, I had like six terracotta pots, and like I had like big ones, like 10, 12 inch, and then I had some smaller ones, and then I had the dishes too that they're supposed to sit in, and then a couple small things. And I was like, I don't want to check all this stuff out by myself. I wasn't ready for that. Oh, oh. But the lady was there and she basically did it for me, which was nice. Because I was like all the way like, oh my God, I didn't come here to work. I came here to get this stuff and get home so I can work. But that was really surprising. And then how getting the terracotta pots off the shelf, like they're kind of delicate. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna break every single one of these. I didn't though. Didn't break anything. But there was no one to ask, no one there to say, "Can I help you?" Nothing. Nobody. I was like, this is really weird. This is really weird. And but when I went to do the cart thing, when I went up to that spot to see if there were carts on that side, the there was a young woman there with her daughter, who I assume is her daughter. They were and she was trying to open a table, and they were gonna sell Girl Scout cookies. And she was trying to open up the portable table and it wouldn't open for her, and I saw she was having trouble with it. And so I just after I got my cart, I said, "Well, let me see, like, did I do it before or after I got my cart? I don't know. Either way, I helped her with it. I'm like, well, let's see, because it had some kind of switch on it. Couldn't tell which way it was supposed to go, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if we flip this, and so I was helping her with that. I know what it's like to be standing somewhere trying to make something work and it's not working for you. So I just tried to help her. Maybe another pair of hands and eyes. And so something happened, and we did get it to open up. So um, so I was glad to help with that. On my way there, I says, "Well, Lord, I don't know why I'm running out here like this for these things, but I guess I'm supposed to transplant stuff today." And it says, "Whoever I meet along the way, just take care of it." There's somebody else I helped too. I guess I was just supposed to be there then. That's what I think it was. I was supposed to be there then. A guy was looking for marigolds. I was like, I don't think you're gonna find any marigolds right now. They won't have those out until like, I don't know, probably late spring, early summer. But I says you can find seeds though, because like his wife wanted marigolds because she's planting a garden. I think she's just starting to garden. I says, oh yeah. I says I can understand why she wants marigolds because they encourage beneficial insects and then they keep the non-beneficial ones away. And so I says you're not gonna find the flowers, but it says you can find the seeds and they are pretty easy to grow. So he doesn't even know what a marigold looks like. He goes, I don't know what they are. I don't know. All I know is that's what my wife said. She wants marigolds. I said, oh, okay. It says, well, I at least can show you what they look like, because they probably have seeds now for that. So I took them back to the where the seeds were, and found like three different kinds that they had. And so I says, yeah, it says these, and I told him these ones look more like the ones like I'm used to seeing when you know, companion plant. And I told him, I says they will grow really easily, so she can just direct sow them, and she'll be good. So he says, thank you so much. He really didn't know what he was looking for, poor guy. And there was nobody around. There was no like there were no people to no help to help. So I was glad to help. Plus I like seeds anyway and plants. I didn't buy any seeds. It's a miracle, but I did not. I thought about getting zinnia seeds, but I didn't. I restrained myself because that's something I can really go crazy with is buying seeds. And I am thinking of growing zinnias this year, but I can wait. I could even maybe get some zinnia plants from this if they're still open. This nursery that we used to go to sometimes. That's kind of like it's like family owned, a little small thing, and they just put their stuff like they're under a tent. Well, several tents actually. It's small, but not rinky dinky small, but it's small. A little small family owned nursery. Kind of like to support them, support local, support family owned. But that was kind of neat. And then when I left, of course, I bought Girl Scout cookies. And I discovered the new one they have. Actually, I brought them up here because I had to hide them from my husband. I bought some for him. I bought him those what are they, Samoas or whatever they're called. Where the heck did I put my cookies? I hid them from myself. But then I bought two for me. So 2 boxes for him, 2 boxes for me. I got these. They're new, I guess. Explore Moors. They're chocolate. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. And then I got him those Samoas or whatever they're called because they didn't have any thin mints. So I was like, that's okay. Child, he'll eat anything, which is why I'm hiding mine. I got mine up here. So he doesn't even know I have them. Leave my cookies alone. Okay, Amy. Leave my cookies alone. I was feeling like I wanted to bake cookies, but I want baked cookies, home baked cookies, but I don't feel like baking the cookies. So, because right now I got some things going on in my kitchen. I have another bag of beans that I received that I had ordered, um, small red beans, and it that is like I don't know, that's a big bag. So I have been prepping to vacuum seal those in jars, which is something I have to do today. But I had to like get the jars from the garage. My husband did that about a week ago, but then I had to wash them. I had to wash more because of how big the bag is. I was like, oh my gosh, I need more jars. So then I had to wash jars. I had to let them dry thoroughly, and so I've had them out drying. So today I can actually vacuum seal them. I don't know well, I know what I'm doing with them all. I'm going to eat them. I don't know. I just went crazy with the beans over the past couple months, buying beans. I don't know what that's about, but it's like I'll just obey. I'll just buy them. I will eat them. I like beans now. You can make good vegan burgers with beans. Besides, other things like Like I'll eat beans any kind of way. I'll make beans and rice with certain kinds of beans, pinto beans, pigeon peas, um, red beans, kidney beans. Although I don't really like making them with kidney beans because I don't really like kidney beans. But mostly any kind of red or pink bean. I'll make beans and rice. I'll even make beans and rice with black beans. Not that often, but I'll do it. I like sautéing black beans with garlic and oil and tomatoes and onions. Um, I like my butter beans, that good old fashioned southern way. Um, and something my mother in law, like I had no I I'd never heard of it done like that, but I used to always make when I made butter beans, I would always give her some because I didn't realize that she liked them. And the way she grew up eating them was smashing them on toast. I was like, I never heard of that. But so every time I made butter beans when she was alive, I would drive down and give her some because she lived kind of down the road and around the corner. My in-laws used to live down the road and around the corner. Long road and corner, but actually long and not like you wouldn't want to walk it, but ride a bike or drive. Yeah. We did bike to their house a few times when I could ride a bike. I don't want to get on a bike now because with the peripheral vision thing, nah. Be me and a tractor trailer meeting each other the wrong way. If there's a right way, I don't know. But we'd be meeting the wrong way. But yeah, smash butter beans smashed on toast. And as I ate them, when I made them a few weeks ago, I was thinking about that. And it says, you know what? They really are like compared to other beans, they really are like butter. They really are. They're really smooth. So I thought, okay, now that doesn't sound too weird to me that that's how she used to like to eat them because they are really smooth. Okay, now see that turned purple, and I don't know. I might actually like that, so I may leave it that way. Looks kind of magical. I know I'm weird. I got some fresh air today. That's what's wrong with me. So, and what was that whole thing about Butterbeans about? She was also the first person I heard this side of the equator that ate chicken feet. And I was like, really? But since then, I found out a lot of people eat chicken feet, but I was just kind of surprised. So actually, one time when I went to my hometown, I said, well, I'm pretty sure I think I know where I can find them. I probably could have found them here and didn't realize it, but when I went visiting my hometown, I knew where I could find some, so I bought her some and brought them back to her. I didn't want to taste them. I was like, here, I got these for you. And I said, nope, I don't want any. I'm good. No chicken feet for me. I don't think I even realized that Jamaicans ate chicken feet. I didn't realize that. It's like, I'll pass unless it gets to someday when we have to. I'll pass. Oops. I guess I'm doing the swirly things. I seem to be because I'm doing them. I always figure I can go over these with metallic something too. So if I don't like the color, what other stories do I have today? Da-da-da-da. Probably need to get off of here soon. Okay, this just crossed my mind. This video that I watched yesterday, and I did share it on my wall with the guitarist Stanley Clark. Like back in my day, I was a teenager then, when he came out with that recording school that song School Days, and I think that's the name of the album too. Um, that was the jam, like this kind of fusion, rock fusion kind of thing, rock jazz fusion, and yeah. So this guy that I watch was interviewing him, and actually somebody like from my hometown who was interviewing him. I was like, wow. And but I was looking, I was like, why? Forgive me, but why is he dressed like that? It's just like I was puzzled, and I almost feel like I don't know. Well, one, I think that he really is a genius. The guy is a genius. So I kind of think I've never heard him talk before or anything in all my life of listening to his music, knowing about him. But one, he seems kind of like he's on the spectrum, and that would make sense to me with his playing because that man is a genius. He really is a genius. And then watching him play and give examples and stuff during that interview, playing his guitar, he gets all of his sound out by tapping on the fret, not really plucking or strumming. It is absolutely amazing. Amazing. So he winds up playing his guitar almost like it's a piano. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. The man blows my mind. Um, I also found some things interesting about how he was doing that and how he was talking about um, approaching his instrument and approaching his playing. Reminds me of things I've been thinking about when I've been playing piano. And I thought, oh, wow. I was like, oh, that's a thing. It's like, that's kind of what I've been doing. Okay, not, I don't play piano like he plays guitar. I don't play guitar like he plays guitar. But it was a really, really, really interesting conversation and almost like a lesson, really. Um, but yeah, he was, forgive me, but he was dressed strange. Like he's older. I don't know how old he is, but I'm thinking he's around my age, I think. Or well, a little older because I was a teenager when he had that out. I don't know how old when he was then, but I was thinking maybe he was in like his 20s. Hey, craft time with Yaya. Happy Saturday to you too. Hope you're having a good day. Um, but he had on a wig, and he had on a straight hair wig, and like he's African American, and a long straight haired wig, and I just was that was obviously a wig. This was not, you know, yeah, it was obviously a wig. It wasn't like, yeah, I don't even know how to say it. And I just was puzzled by that because I never expected to see. When I saw him, like, I guess in the magazines, like, way back or whatever, he had an afro, a moderately sized afro, typical, of the 70s. So I was really shocked to see him in a long, straight hair wig that was advertising, I'm a wig. Like, and then he had on a flowered, I don't know, some kind of flowered shirt that had like black, it was black background and it had a black um knitted like the ribbed bands, but it also looked like it was too short for his arms because he's got long arms and big hands, and he looks like he's really tall. I've always pictured him as being really tall. Seems like he's really tall. I just was I just was puzzled by that, but like then the information he gave was like outweighed that any of that had no bearing on what he was saying, but or demonstrating. But I just was, I don't know. I yeah, I don't know. I didn't picture that when I pictured Stanley Clark today. Did not picture that. I'm thinking it's okay if you're bald now. That's all right. It's okay. I don't know what that was about, but he also strikes me as someone he's going to be true to expressing himself however he wants to express himself. So I kind of think it's probably an outlet of that. And all right, okay. He also seems like a really sensitive person. I don't know. He is so in tune with that instrument. Like it is like mind blowing. And he was talking about how he started playing at 11. I was like, oh my gosh. He really, I think he's a genius. I really do. I think I want to see more um, videos or whatever of him playing live. I really want to see. I should play guitar like that. I don't know. If I ever pick up my electric guitar again, um, I don't know. I might try and figure that out. I mean, I probably will pick up my guitar again, but I just don't know when. It's like, not now. Not now. But I want to figure out how he did that. Because that is amazing. And for somebody with small hands like me, the way he was playing is like, you know what? That would be a whole lot of relief, I think, in some ways, to be able to play that way. Because I can't fit my whole, it's hard to stretch. Of course, just like with the piano, the more you do it, the more you can. Speaking of which, I'm getting better and better, getting really good, really improved with playing that F major seventh to the point now where I can actually do the chord progression all the way up from F to F with a lot less trouble and a lot less mistakes. I can do it more comfortably with less mistakes. Whereas before I couldn't even do it. Mistake all the way, all along the way. So the practice has been helping. I'm thinking if every single chord in there is like that one, I don't know why that book started out with it started with C, but then it went right to F. I don't know why it went from C to F. Why didn't it go from C to D or C to G? C, or C to E? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it went to F. But I've been stuck just on trying to play the chord progression and haven't been able really haven't done the rest of the exercise because the rest of the exercise is easy. The one that isn't is that. And so I've been stuck on that and I still don't feel like I'm ready to move on yet cuz I don't know. That F major 7th is bad on people with little hands. So I had to practice technique for to make sure it was good technique so I wouldn't have um any, you detect if any pain in your body that's not good muscle pain is bad. And so you need to adjust your, how you're sitting, how you're positioning your fingers, etc. And I'm kind of getting it. Hey, Miss Southern Belle. Happy Saturday. Yeah. I don't really get my guitar out because it's like too much trouble to do that in my house right now. I have a little one, but like I don't think I could do. I think I would need an electric guitar to do what Stanley Clark was doing because you need that level of resonance to do what he was doing, and you need probably the softer strings to do it. Excuse me. So, but yeah, it's kind of nice that they have so many apps now too. I have an app for that quizzes you with key signatures and the treble or bass clef. And because bass clef still isn't something that I know with the back of my hand, um I quiz myself with that a lot. I actually was doing that while my husband was getting his eye surgery. That was one of the things I was doing. It's like, oh, let's pull that out to try and memorize key signatures and bass clef. I'm waiting for the day when it's just first nature for me and not second or third or 20th. Getting better. Okay. Do we feel like doing anything else with this guy? Do we want to do all the curly cues? Might as well, right? Finish them all. As many as I can see. So notice this turns kind of purplish on the... Oops. Where did I just mark that? My pencil just went... Maybe it's too waxy for it to take. Let's just do them all. And then we'll decide from there when I come back which ones to color more. I still don't think our Five Below is open yet. Oh, look, there's another flower. Yeah, it looks more like blue without any green over here, which is interesting. Oh, there's another flower. It's like coloring a mandala. I love how that like turns color. I really do. Oh, cool. You play guitar, Miss Southern Belle? I don't know why my voice is cracking. Ooh, I like that. Wish they all would have turned out like that. Go over it now. Ooh, ooh. This color's got some oomph. Wow. Really does. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. Why did it get like that over there? Wow. Yes, we do have a Hobby Lobby, but I won't shop there. I have personal ethical reasons on that. So it's amazing that we have one. I was like surprised. I was like, really? But yeah, I won't shop there. We're getting um a Five Below. I'm still waiting for them to open. I don't think they're open yet. They're like in the process of hiring people right now. Hey, Rob. I can't play. I can't play guitar, but I can play in the playground pretty good. Oh, that's where that went. Okay. I don't know what to do with that, or I messed that up, or my hand slipped. My hand slipped. Blend it in. Prisma white. It's just gonna look a little bit different. Don't ask, don't tell. Oh, I have my where can I put this? I have my Goose Creek candle. I got them what, last week? This week? Early this week? Last week? I can't remember. But I love it. It smells really good. I got a bunch of them. And This is the lavender vanilla. It smells really good. Look, my thing is even. I'm so bad with 3 wick candles, but this one, like I've been good. I've been trimming after every time I burn it, and it's even. Um, Smells really good. 7.99, which I think is a good price for this size of a candle. Oh, but like yeah, when I saw they were having their clearance sale, I jumped on it. It's like okay, getting them. Okay, why is this like? There's like a it's like crinkled on the bottom or something somehow. What else? What else? What else? Oh, that's what we were doing. I forgot. Trying to get all these done today, so maybe I can put some pencils away or something. Because you know how like I put some away and then I wind up with getting more of something else out, and the next thing you know, I'm like got all these pencils all over the place, and let's see. Here we go. What I think I don't know. I already said that. All the things I do with beans. Oh, kidney beans make a pretty good veggie burger. Red kidney beans. So I tend not to like red kidney beans, but I now it's like that's what I do with them. Their texture, I think, makes for a really good veggie burger. And this week, I used the recipe from the Purple Carrot website. That like I don't know, I think I had to jump through hoops to get to it, but I got it, and I saved the recipe to my hard drive for the original beet burger that they used to have with their um box subscription, and you made it from scratch. And so I made some this week, and because I was kind of halfway paying attention to the instructions, I think um, I was kind of guesstimating instead of measuring because I was like, get her done. So they were a little looser than maybe they should have been, but because they fell apart a little bit, not entirely, but like off the edges and things when I flipped it and stuff, but it pretty much stayed together. But then I had all these parts that were on the side that were cooking too fast or whatever. But they tasted really good, really good. Um, and I actually like I ate it that night because I didn't feel like I wasn't sure about my braces and biting through a whole burger thing. I was like, nah, we're not testing fate there. Nope. So I actually fried an egg over easy, which I don't do that often. Usually it's sunny side up. I fried an egg over easy and put that on top of the burger, and that's what I ate for dinner that night. It was so good. And then, what was it, yesterday? I had some left over of the crumbly things that came off the edges or whatever of the veggie burger. And so I actually put those. I had um, what was it? Was it a roast beef sandwich or a turkey sandwich? Roast beef sandwich. A deli roast beef with Swiss cheese and mustard. And I saw those pieces. I was like, hmm. And I picked up one and just kind of popped it in my mouth. And then I was like, oh, that's good. And then I thought, I took that like after I had a bite of my sandwich, and it tasted so good. I says, well, I wonder what this would taste like on my sandwich. So I put the rest on my other half of my sandwich, and man, was that good. I was like, well, I never thought I would do that. Like putting fried beets and things on top of a roast beef sandwich. Okay, that ain't vegan, but it tastes good. And it's one way to get my vegetables. It was really good. So that recipe really is a keeper. I don't know. Yeah, it really is. They had a lot of good recipes in that meal kit, and I stopped getting from them when they started going to like the prepared, like the I don't know, some company that does like these pre-made burgers or whatever, veggie burgers that is like processed. It's like no, I don't mind the work of going through making that from scratch. I learned a lot from all the things I made from scratch from their meal kit. So there's still one recipe from Purple Carrot that I'm trying to find. I don't know where it is. And I even tried looking through all my books and everything that I have from when I had the meal kit. They used to send a recipe book. I cannot find it. So it's like I'm gonna have to one day just sit through and really look comb through every single book. And I got a lot of them to try and find it. But it was a very simple recipe that the taste of this one thing in it was out of this world. And it was made from I think it was red lentils and potatoes. That was it. But that thing tasted like I don't know, like five-star restaurant something something. And it was very simple. And I don't know what it was called. It was something that's, from, it's made in like a Middle Eastern country or somewhere else. I don't know. Um but I don't know what it was called. I cannot remember and I can't find it. I couldn't find it when I tried to look through my books to find it. Um, and I want it because that thing was so good. It had red lentils, potatoes, and it seemed like it had you cooking them in the same pan with some water. And the timing of doing it was important. But it also came together very quickly. I don't know. I wish I could find it. Seems like there was some kind of vinegar involved in it too, which you didn't taste when you were eating it. You didn't taste the vinegar. Oh, some kind of strange alchemy. I hope I can find that recipe. I really do, because that thing blew my mind when I cooked it. I was like, yeah, that's what you're telling me to do? Okay, I'll do it, but I don't know what this is about. And then tasted it, and I was like, what the heck? It was really good. Something I never would have thought would have been anything. I'm getting stuffed up. I think I need to try taking Zyrtec tonight. Somebody was saying that if you take it at night, it's good and you won't be sleepy the next day. Because when I take Zyrtec, it works really well, but it knocks me out. Like I'll be nodding off during the day. So maybe I'll try and take that tonight. Okay, can we find any more swirlies? Yep, we're on a mission. Do all the swirlies. Oh, did I even show? I don't think I showed the other page I was working on in here. I worked on it on I did a live with just music on Messy Desk coloring. Where all I did was, I colored in while the music was playing and didn't talk at all. But I need to show where I got with that. Oh, excuse me. I'm just gabbing. I must be in a talkative mood today because all them people I talked to when I went to Lowe's. Maybe, I don't know. I felt like maybe the Lord was like, you need to give some sunshine to people. They need some sunshine. Doesn't matter if you don't feel like sunshine. And all of a sudden, bang, I start yapping to everybody. Well, not everybody, but the marigold guy and the Girl Scout mom and the Girl Scout cute little girl. Her freckles. I don't know. She said something to me before I had stopped to help them with um their table. I don't even remember what that was. I didn't quite hear her. She was cute though. I don't know. She said hi or she said something. I don't know. I don't even remember. I was trying to get my cart. I was like, I need a cart. Supposed to be looking for swirlies. Stop trying to do something new. Get all the swirlies. I could wind up some more yarn today too. That's another thing I could do. Well, usually that's probably something to do on a rainy day, not on a sunny day. I gotta finish my transplant thing. And try and okay. Oh, more swirlies. I keep finding more. More. It really does feel like spring outside. It's nice. I don't know what's going to happen next week. There's sometimes where it'll get like this and then it'll stay this way and go into summer. Other times it'll happen like this and then next thing you know we're getting a snowstorm. Sometimes with feet, sometimes with inches. Because the weather here says it ain't over until I say so. And we're like, okay, we understand. Just don't give us an ice storm. Rather have snow than ice. I really do need to. Did I buy? I think I might have bought seeds for thyme. I could have done those in the winter time, and they would have. But I don't know. That was a random thought. time I think kind of needs a little bit of stratification, a period of cold, so the seed can break dormancy. I think I got them all. Doing a sweep. One thing with this one. Let's try to smudge it a little bit. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I think that looks a little weak, this one. Let's give it a little bit more. There you go. I think we got it. Oh, nope, nope. Just found one. Just as I thought I had. Oh. Do, do, do. I think we got them. So that's how it looks right now. My eyes are kind of numb to it. So I'm going to leave it here. We'll find out when I come back to work on it. I don't know when that's going to be. Can't tell you because I'm going to wait till something hits me, and come back to it. Miraboo art crayons that are wax based and Prismacolors, and one pink Color Premium because it was out and it worked. So there's that. And let's see, get a piece of paper. They're not big enough, but for now, I think I might take this outside and spray it since it is a nice day. I actually use 2 sheets because of the size of this paper. I don't feel like grabbing my newsprint. Can I oops. Tip. Say it like a Jamaican tip. There's that. See, this is the other side. It's cute. I can do this for a Mandala Monday. But this is the page that I was working on earlier this week. Or I didn't know what colors were going to be, but I was just going with what it was. And I did some of this on that live I did on Messy Desk Coloring with music. Oh, you can't really see it because I'm not. And I like how it's turning out. I don't have that much left to do on here. I think I just was getting sick of working on I don't know, my eyes were getting kind of numb to the page, so I just stopped. But now looking at it, it's like, okay, I see where this is. I see, what's happening. So I have like the blues, um, the greens, and I did these with the Derwent Chromaflows. And then, what is this? This is one of the colors, the Lappy blue, however you say it. And this one, I can't see it, Bondi blue. These are the blues that are in here. Then I use a couple different of the Derwent greens. I use 2 of the yellows, one really bright and one kind of paler. And I I used that brown, this brown. Redwood? Oh, but it's brown. Which I think I may do these with that. And then what I added, which like, I had to be kind of I think one reason why I did that silent live, that live where I wasn't talking is because I really needed to think about what I was doing with this page and not talk. And it wasn't going to come to me if I was talking because it was feeling like it needed something, but I couldn't figure out what. And I was afraid to add that other color, and I had to be kind of like, in that kind of brainstorm psychedelic mode to just pick something that would fit. And what I wound up doing was adding purple, violet, and that's what kind of took it somewhere, like brought it together for me. So it's like very faint, but I have it like here. I have it here. I have it in some of the plants just a little bit. So I didn't want it to be overpowering. And I didn't want to add any color that was going to overpower the picture, like adding red or orange or yellow or anything like that. So that was going to, well, I do have yellow, but I didn't want to add any reds or oranges or pinks. I didn't want to add anything that was going to have a takeover spirit on the page. Um, and I really like how it's turning out. So I just have a few things to do left to do on here: the bugs, the center of the plants, um, some other little things. So I'll get there. I don't know if I'm going to give it a background or not because me and backgrounds, but I almost think like distressed inks. If I could use them right, that might make a good background for this. But I don't know how I feel about my abilities and trying to do that on this page. So, but that's where that is. So, that's it for me. And thank you all for joining me in my little coloring adventure. And enjoy the rest of your day. Ooh, why does it look like that? Focus, focus, focus. Bye bye.